The board of the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association, SLBWA, is extending its reach far and wide to draw attention to the plight of the organization and the visually impaired. The SLBWA has been dealing with a host of financial issues which resulted in cutbacks in services, and they have even had to shut their doors in some instances. Despite the resource constraints, the organization is sensitizing people on how to avoid blindness. The Kids Insight program strives to do just that.
Eye care is extremely expensive, and because a number of persons can't afford it, their eyesight will be lost as a result. And so this program is extremely important. And who does it affect? It affects the average child in a classroom who cannot see the board and may not understand that they have an eye condition. And so they may have a learning deficiency, and we're addressing that. We're addressing persons who are born with illnesses that they cannot address and their eyesight is affected. It affects persons who are suffering from issues of probably violence and their children are affected. It really affects every section of society, and it doesn't matter the strata. This program touches everyone.
President of the SLBWA, Glenn Simon, continues to echo similar sentiments that blindness should not be an impediment to success. He says the association now has assistants to help visually impaired students set important examinations.
We're begging for our improvement in our society, for the betterment of society, because your eyes are your vision to the rest of your world, and if you're not able to see, then it produces a limitation. But that limitation should not stop you or prevent you, and that's where we kick in. That we actually tell persons and help empower them that your vision, that's all you've lost. Everything else is working for you, and so you can achieve. And we have persons who have gone through being blind, gone into the master's program. We have children right now who've written CXC and done extremely well. They've written the CPEA, it's called now. They've done extremely well because we now have what they call VEST teachers, Vision Education Support Teachers.
The Kids Insight program covers the cost of surgeries and medical attention for kids struggling with vision problems.
There are children with terrible drooping eyelids and all kinds of defects around their eyes and their face, some of which are cosmetic, which it affects them psychologically. And children with more blinding conditions and diseases that if you do not address it, that they would lose their eyesight. They have been able to address these problems. Before, we used to send a bunch of children to the United States under the program. But then, during the course of time, they decided that it's better to help us to acquire the capacity to address it here.
The Kids Insight program has been operating in St. Lucia for the past 15 years. It is a joint project of the St. Lucia Blind Welfare Association, the Lions Clubs of Grosile, and the West Virginia Eye Institute. Gino Filippi, HDS News Force.